Welcome to the Sanders Kitchen. I'm Mike. So what we have for you today is an eye of the round roast. So right here we have a 4-pound eye of the round, and if anybody out there knows anything about an eye of the round, you know it's a tough piece of meat. It takes a lower heat and a longer time to cook. And I can tell you, you can make this almost fork tender, okay? So today, my goal is to make it that tender, and so I'm gonna let Pam get a close-up of some of the ingredients, and I'll show you what we're gonna do, and we'll get started. Okay, so as you can see, we have some parsley. We're gonna chop that up fine. We're gonna use a little bit of yellow onion. This is a Vidalia. Some red onion, mushrooms, and over here we have just a little bit of celery, some carrot. You know, you gotta have carrot in your roast. And these babies right here are called golden nugget potatoes. They're small, and if you want to, you can cut them in half. I think I'm just gonna leave them whole because they'll get soft. And I have some garlic. I probably won't use all of that. Here is some beef bouillon from Better Than Bouillon. I love that stuff. It smells great. So I have a couple of cups right there. We use a little red wine, a little bit of flour, and a secret ingredient. If anybody knows anything about making a roast, you got to have some Lipton onion soup mix. If you don't do that, that's fine. It'll still come out good, but it won't taste like this. So let me show you how we're going to get started with preparing the roast. Okay, I'm going to take my garlic and slice them in half so that we have two thin pieces. Okay, they're kind of thin. And what I'm going to do is come over here and put a slice into that roast, and I'm going to push that garlic way down in there. And I'm going to do that in several places, quite a few actually, because I love the garlic flavor on my roast. So I'll go ahead and continue stuffing the roast. It takes a few minutes to do. You just get a good sharp pointy knife and just cut that garlic in half. Find you a couple of good spots, stick it down in there, and that's how that works. And I'll continue doing this. I did want to tell you that I am going to leave that little bit of fat on there because I want that fat to render down. This is going to be a long cook. So I have some garlic already minced, and I have my white onion. I'm going to try to equal that amount with this red onion, maybe just about that much. And now we're going to cut everything up. Let me go ahead and get this finely chopped. I'm going to get my parsley cut up. I get my one little piece of celery here. All right, we're almost ready to rock and roll here. Just wanted to kind of get that celery chopped up a little finer. Okay, let's go ahead and add in some olive oil. This is light olive oil. I would say 2 or 3 tablespoons would be good. I just like to cover the bottom of my pan. And go ahead and get some garlic going. Throw in my onion and my parsley and the celery. It's all in there. Now we're going to just stir this up, and we'll saute this for a few minutes. Give it 2 or 3 minutes just to get soft before we go ahead and put the roast in, and we're going to brown that up. It's going to be good. Well, as you're going to tell here, I just jumped ahead of the game. I couldn't wait to saute these veggies, so I had to take them out, and now we're gonna brown the roast. We should have browned the roast first and then taken it out. But I jumped ahead, that's okay. What I'm gonna do here is put a little olive oil back in, get my Dutch oven nice and hot, and then we're just gonna put this in. I don't want you to think that I forgot to season it. I'm not putting anything on it right now. I just want to go ahead and sear it on all sides, get it nice and brown. Then we're going to go back in. We're going to put some seasoning in later, but we're going to go back in with our little mirepoix here, and then we'll make a little gravy, and then we're going to braise it for a long time. That's what we're going to do. So I got a little smoke coming off here. And I'm going to go ahead and just put that little bad boy in. And we're just going to rotate it around and let it get brown. Okay. Well, our roast is browned nicely. I'm going to put it back in the plate here. And now I'm going to put my veggies back in. Switch that around a little bit. Let me go ahead and just add in just a little bit of flour. I don't think we're going to go for more than maybe 2 tablespoons. In the end, if you want it thicker, you can always thicken it with some cornstarch, right? Well, I have a little red wine left. So we'll just go ahead and finish that off. Turn that fire back up a little bit. And we'll stir the beef stock in. Now it's not a lot, I know that, but the steam is going to braise this meat, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to return this big eye of the round to the pot, put in whatever little liquids were left behind, and now we have our Lipton onion soup mix. And I'm going to put that, just sprinkle it right on top of the meat. See if I can turn it a little bit. Get it around on there. And then the rest of it goes right in the pot, just like that. Now, it's bubbly hot. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven, 325 degrees. It's going to take several hours. I'll tell you exactly how long it takes to get it really tender when we're done. I'm going to show you how I like to prepare my mushrooms. Now remember, we're not going to put them in until that roast is almost done, because we don't want them to disintegrate into nothing. I like to take a little bristle brush and just brush the dirt off the mushrooms. So I'll do that to every one of these. Just get the dirt off. You know, the dirt will land here on the counter and on the board, and I'll just kind of push it off to the side. I'll clean everything up later. But then what I'll do is take the stem off. I'd like to cut that stem up into little pieces, okay? But the mushroom, if it's really big like this, I'll go ahead and just cut it in half. But if it's a little mushroom like this, I'll just cut the stem off and leave it just like that. But I'll clean them. Okay, so I'll take care of the rest of these in a little bit. I just want to show you a little bit on the carrots. Now, I've already started cutting my carrots, as you can see. I'm trying to get them to be all about the same size. So on the thick part, I just cut them in half. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's take this big carrot, for example. It's pretty big here. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that little piece and leave that like it is. But then I'll cut that, and I'm going to cut these in half. Now, that one I cut in half, but this one I'm going to cut again in a half, and so I'll cut 4 pieces out of that. And that's because I just want these to all kind of cook at the same time, and then when everybody is eating, everybody can get a piece of carrot. So anyway, that's how I like to prepare my carrots, and I'll finish this up. I may even get a couple more carrots out because it doesn't look like it's going to be enough because they'll cook down. But carrot is a really good addition to a roast beef gravy. So we don't want to miss out on that. And so is mushrooms. Check this roast out. It's so pretty, and look, that fork is just going right down in there. I don't know just how tender it is all the way in the middle. It's gonna have to cook another hour or so. I really want it to be that tender. But I know in an hour or so, everything can be cooked all at one time. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the potatoes and the mushrooms and the carrots. I'll put everything around this roast right now. I did add maybe about 1.5 cups to 2 cups more water. I just felt it needed a little bit more liquid. But the flavor is outstanding. Now, before I put the mushrooms in, one little thing. I wanted to take and make some big chunks of onion. So I'm putting some big chunks of onion in like this. Yep. I'm going to spread those around too. That'll come apart. And some big chunks of red. Yep, like that. And then on top, the mushrooms. Okie dokie. I have the fire on. I'm going to let it come back up to a little boil. And when it's bubbling nicely, I'm going to put it back in that oven for another hour. And then I think we'll have us a nice roast beef dinner. Well, we'll let you know. As soon as it is tender like I want it, I will let you know exactly how long it took. Man, look at this roast, how beautiful. What I'm gonna do is pull this bad boy out, and I'm gonna cut it up. Give it some nice thick slices here. Let's see. Alrighty, so we're cutting it against the grain. Man, it is smelling some good, I'm telling you. Man, look how beautiful that is. Oh, that meat is tender. So what I'm going to do is reach in here and pull out some of that beautiful gravy and just drizzle that right over the top like that. Yeah. I'm going to put a little rice in my plate. Yeah. Some carrots and potato on the side with some mushrooms. A little gravy on my rice and on my meat. Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Look at that, how pretty. Let's see. Carrot first. Tender. Potato, creamy. A little bit of that gravy and some of that roast. Mmm. Mmm. And look at that pretty little mushroom. Mmm. Oh man, that's good. I have tried cooking this eye of the round a few times, and while it was good, it was never this good. So I know what the secret is. The secret is 3.5 hours at 325, the last hour at 350. So we're talking 4.5 hours. And that is delish. I hope you liked our recipe, our video on making a eye of the round roast with potatoes and carrots and the onion. It's delicious. It really is. I'll have everything in the description, all the ingredients and the instructions. Anyway, if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And share our videos, share our channel with your friends and your family. That'll definitely help us out, and it won't cost you a penny. Just share our videos, and we really do appreciate that. Anyway, go make you some eye of the round roast and let me know how it comes out. Have a great week. As I always say, God bless you.